Good morning. It's Sunday the 13th of July. Yes, I've missed a week of doing my challenge video. Last weekend, my son was sick the last week of school and had the whole week off with COVID. Then my husband started getting sick on the Saturday, and I had a job application to do and I had just other house stuff to do, so I didn't even feel like doing a video, to be honest. And today I kind of don't feel like doing one because the sickness hit me on Monday and I've had 4 days off of work, pretty much in bed the whole time. Yesterday was the first day I was able to get out of bed and stay up for longer than half an hour. I did stay out of bed all day, but then I ended up getting a big headache towards the end of the day. So I managed to get a heap of photos done. I did think, do I go out to an op shop, because I haven't been to one in a week. But I thought, no, I'm in no condition to go op shopping. Plus my car's got a flat tire anyway, so I wouldn't have been able to go. But so I decided to, shop my shelves, and the bookcase behind me, I pulled out a heap of vintage kids books. So I took photos of them yesterday. I've got 18 things sitting in my drafts, and I've still got more stuff to photograph today. I did get 5 listings up, not all books. I did get, actually I think 3 out of the 5 were books, but I got a Joan Walsh England doll up and a Joan Walsh England little decorative plate up as well, because I've just decided that I need to start culling more stuff. So yeah, I'm not going to stop going to op shops and looking, but yeah, I do have stuff that I could be listing out of just my own stuff in here, so I'm going to start working through some of that. I was last night intending to sit down and get those drafts up as scheduled listings. It's like doing 3 to 5 a day over the week, which I think it was 3 with what I've got photographed and the numbers. But anyway, that didn't happen because I ended up feeling really shit last night and had to go to bed and was feeling dizzy and lightheaded. So anyway, I've now got 2 weeks summary to do in this one video. So it hasn't been great. My sales, as like they have been for the last few weeks, have been really low, very, very bad. So the summary for 29th of June to the 12th of July, my total sales were $155.71. Fees were $22.06, leaving $133.65. And as I always say, but that's before my postage and tax component. So that was a total of 4 sales. Average sale price $38.93, and it was to 4 different buyers. All right, so let's jump over to what those items were. Okay, so the first one that sold on the 30th of June, and now I reckon I might have done an offer on that book. Let me just go into the order and have a look, because I've been sending out offers like I'm getting so many things, so many watches, and I'm sending out offers but just nothing. And I'm doing, I think the minimum I've done is 10%. I actually did a 25% one yesterday. Someone watched one of my got a bunch of Jolliffe Outback books listed, I think about $199. There's a big pile of these vintage books. They're kind of probably the same era as the Footrot Flats books, but probably not as popular as those. But I have sold some of those books before at a good price. And so I've got this big bundle up, and I just, they probably cost me $1 each. I can't even remember. And yeah, someone watched them, so I just sent out a 25% offer, because I thought even 25% of $199. I can't do my math right now. What's that? 200. I can't be bothered. I can't work it out. But yeah, I thought that's still a good deal. But no takers. Nothing. All the offers I've sent out, well, majority of offers I've sent out, nothing's happened. So let's just look at this Betty Crocker one. No, that paid full price. So yeah, so I sold this Betty Crocker Boys and Girls Vintage Cookbook. I bought that for myself because I do love the vintage children's books and things. I paid $1 at a church op shop. I nearly died when I found this book with a $1 sticker on it at a church op shop. It was in good condition for its age, and it was just so cute. So I did you know, buy it for myself, but then I thought, you know what, don't need it. And I looked around, I think, around what the price I could get, and then, yes, I thought I'll list it, and yeah, it sold for $40 plus postage. So I was quite happy with that, $1 into 40. Right, so then on the 3rd of July, I sold 3 of these vintage Rainbow Children's Library vintage tape pack, book and tape packs. God, I can't even think. I initially had 4 up as single listings, and 1 did sell ages ago. Then these ones were sitting around, and so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to bundle them and see if someone wants to buy the bundle. I did actually send out an offer, or I took an offer, one of the two, but they did sell for $31.95, I think it was, or $31 something, plus postage. So yeah, didn't get the full $39.95, but as I said, they've been around for so long that I was actually happy to get rid of them, and I reckon I probably paid about $2 each. So yeah. The next item to sell on the 8th of July was one of those little cat figurines that I picked up in a bulk lot, where so my cost of goods for each item was $1.25. Now I did send out an offer on that, so that one sold for $13.45 plus $11.15 post. And then the very last item to sell was this book, which it was a freebie. I think it might have been one of those ones I picked up at the, you know, free pile after a garage sale. So that one sold for $24.95 including post. So that was it. Not a huge amount. So my challenge fund is still not looking great. You know, I haven't even hit my, you know, I should be at 53%. I haven't even hit 25%, not even a quarter of my goal. I'm at 19.4%. So I've got $2,720.01 free. And 1 cent saved in my challenge. I'm just hoping, like at tax time, that someone comes along and buys some of my Barbie dolls that I've got listed for high prices, so one sale can get me up over the $3,000 mark. Yes, so what else? No comp wins. I did not do any comping during my sick leave. I pretty much just laid in bed, just scrolling on Instagram or reading a book, because I had nothing in me to do anything. Yeah, so no comping this week. Haven't won anything. No Perkle surveys. Yeah, pretty much eBay's the only thing that's happened this week. And as I said, I've still got a bit more photography to do. I've got another couple bookshelves over to my right that I'm going to go through again. Now, even though I'm listing all these things, I don't expect that I'm going to get a huge amount of sales on them. You know, because they're vintage kids books. It's going to take a collector or someone that's searching, you know, for that particular book to, you know, to want to buy it. Yeah, so even though I've decided to do a big cull, I don't expect I'm going to get a rush on sales just from listing all these things, because it's not like an everyday item that's in demand. I just had a thought and it totally slipped my mind. Oh, I've started looking at international shipping, but it still scares me because, like, today I think it was either the Geelong Flipper Facebook page or eBay where someone's been scammed over, or potentially scammed on a you know, a Pokemon card that they've sent. And then I saw something else about another scam, you know, to America. And I think, do I really want to open myself up to this? But then I thought, I'm not opening it up to every item. It'll be just like the vintage books that are a bit more expensive, you know, rarer, like the really old stuff that people might, you know, be interested in. So 1 or 2, maybe 3. I think it was only 2 books yesterday. I have put shipping to US, New Zealand, UK, Ireland. So I've very much limited, like I've pretty much eliminated most of the world and just done, yeah, those 3 places. Just as a bit of a test, I did look at the rates and I was so confused, and I thought, I really don't want to be measuring and weighing every freaking item. So I kind of weighed, you know, a couple of the books and then thought, okay, well, add a bit on, you know, in case I add bubble wrap, it might get a bit heavier or whatever. So I have just put like flat rates, but I've gone like for the, I haven't done a flat rate for or cost for New Zealand, cost for this, cost for that. I've just done like a flat rate at the highest rate, which I think is the UK Ireland price. So I don't know, see how we go. I did look at Mel from Back from Burnout's page and see what she charges, and it looks like she does a flat rate of 88, which is like, I think the highest, you know, if you've got like 2 to something, or 1.5 to 2 kilos, I think that's the rate, like 88. I mean, close to something like that anyway. So, and I watched her video this morning, and she's actually had quite a few overseas sales. So yeah, so that's it. I'm dabbling a little bit in, yeah, just seeing how overseas shipping might go. I do have a book behind me right up top. It's a doll book that last time I looked, I think one sold for like 300 or so. It's a doll artist. It's her own book that she self-published, but it was a book that she brought out years ago. You know, her dolls sell for like 20,000 plus each doll. So I do need to photograph that book. So yeah, I definitely want to open that up to overseas shipping, and probably open it up to a bit wider than the 3 that I've listed. But I'm just wary about, you know, I don't know. I know there's like, I think it's Germany or somewhere that has that weird shipping thing where you have to sign up for, I don't know, you have to send it in recyclable packaging or something. I can't think. I remember ages ago when it came out, I looked into it like because I was listing on Etsy, but then I've forgotten it. But yeah, so I just probably want to do a bit more research on, you know, what countries to avoid and whatnot. But yeah, there's definitely that book that I'd want to go wider and yeah, try to work out how to open that one up. And yeah, so hopefully that all works out well. And yeah, that's it. That's my week. I'll be back at work this week. So no time in the day to do anything. So yeah, I've just got to try to get as many photographs done this afternoon as well, so that I've got more you know, items photographed to start scheduling some of those drafts, which is what I'm hopefully going to work on this afternoon, and then tonight doing those drafts and trying to schedule it. The thing I know everyone says you've got to list every day, you know, list daily, but when I've taken photographs of things, I just want to get them done. I just want to get them up and out, and like, you think, oh, I just want them to sell as soon as possible, so I just want to list them as soon as possible. So scheduling items is like frustrating to me, because I just want the listings live. I just want them up, ready to sell, you know, hopefully someone to come along and buy them. So yeah, it is tough for me to be patient and to just, you know, schedule the listings. But yeah, I'll see how I go with that. Like, my instinct is just to let them go live, but then I run the risk of, like, you know, putting 20 listings up today and then having nothing for God knows when. So yeah, have to think about it. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, bye.